Hello, and welcome to the new edition of the Grapefully Yours Wine Podcast, coming to you from the wonderful studios of InsideLowell.com in downtown Lowell. Well, she was such a hit the first time when we had her champagne show before the Christmas holidays. We just had to bring her back. Dacey Zouzas, the inimitable Dacey Zouzas, who makes the room sparkle even without champagne.
Thank you, boss, and thank you for having me back again.
Yes,
and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and it's it's just the first week in February.
Yes.
Spring is in the air. I've got my beautiful spring outfit. You look just
Well, Valentine's
splendid.
Day. We're
I know,
celebrating Valentine's Day, right?
So-
a day of love.
Yes, a day of love, and who better to enjoy it with and get some good tips about enjoying Valentine's Day than Dacey Zouzas, who, unbelievably, look at these chocolate cherries.
These are my favorite. They're the only thing I can make, but they're very simple to make.
The only thing you can
Yes. I mean, I love to cook, but I'm not a baker. So this is what I make special.
Wow.
And they say that chocolates and champagne is what you celebrate Valentine's Day with.
Yes, beautiful.
And someone
I
you
can't
love,
wait
right?
Yes, yes. Love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
So, but in Dacey, I've always dreamt of drinking champagne out of your slipper. So look at this.
We have it right here, boss. So we're all
Look.
set.
This is fantastic. Can you see that?
That's a little shoe one of my friends gave me. I have plenty of shoes, but it holds wine or champagne, and it's just a quick, cute novelty piece. So when you have like a Valentine's Day party, girls that are coming up, or you want to, woo anyone, your loved one, you make it all. It's simple, but it's all like just all show. This is inexpensive to make. This is, your champagne we're going to talk about, but the shoe, the little glasses with the hearts on it. I have my champagne earrings on today.
Oh, fantastic.
See? I have my champagne pocketbook. My sister got me, Tanya. My sister Elaine got me these. And red is festive.
Yes.
You're wearing red. You
Yes.
look handsome.
Yes,
But
thank
it's all like fun. It's all in the fun of something.
Yes. And I just think it's fantastic. I was struck by Cupid, 34 years ago.
Yes.
The wine goddess,
Yes.
Mary Lee. We still celebrate Valentine's Day every year.
Nice.
I remember that my first date with her was down at Joe Tecci's restaurant, the original at the Boston Garden.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
I was working in I was working at the Salem News at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on strike from the airline. She was a flight attendant. She was working at Mass Financial. And I met her down there at Joe Tecci's. We had previously met on a blind date, and we went out there. And I still remember it was fantastic evening, and we still talk about it all the time. Because we looked at each other. We didn't know if we were going to have a a second date and stuff.
But you're a beautiful couple. But that's what you have to
thank you.
do, boss. They say for Valentine's Day, you have to be original. You have to be thoughtful. You need to create that. Do that. Wear what you wore that day, surprise her, and bring her to Joe Tecci's or somewhere near there.
Oh yeah,
Similar.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great memories, for Valentine's Day, and you make them. But
Yes, you do.
I think the one thing that people should understand, and especially younger people, is to enjoy it the right way. And how can you really enjoy Valentine's Day without a sparkling wine?
True.
I mean, you live by.
Yes, I do.
Champagne.
I love it. It's bubbly, it's healthy, and it's to celebrate. But I think the day has to be not just that day, but every day people should celebrate, whether it's a sparkling wine or, having peace with each other within themselves, or, I think every day is a celebration, not just running out that day and go get the card or so we do need to celebrate.
So for advice for people to pre-plan
Valentine's
their
Day.
Valentine's Day. I mean, any tips? What are Dacey's tips?
My tips?
Dacey's top tips for planning.
Valentine's Day, it depends on whether it would be like high end you'd want or just, something, simple. But my tip would be originality. I would want to do something like you said. You met your wife 34 years ago. Reenact that. Redo something like that. Or what does that person like? Like Teddy, what is your wife like? What does your wife love?
Besides me,
Besides you. But what does she like? Does she like to walk on the beach?
she loves the beach.
I saw a picture of you with on the beach. Maybe you say to your sister, who's great, watch the kids for a couple hours and take her up to the beach. Bundle up, do a picnic. Mike, what is your wife like?
Oh, she just likes to eat a glass of wine.
So that's it. You put the fire on. Simple. Me, I'd be happy with my bathtub filled with Tattinger and my music on. And I'd be good to go. No, actually, if someone said, Dacey, come on over, and they put like a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I love, and a glass of champagne, I'd be like ecstatic, because it's what is in that person's heart. I could go to the top of the hub. I could go in a plane somewhere. That's all nice, and it's not realistic sometimes, but it's what's in that person's heart. That they know that you like, the M&Ms, not so.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I think Valentine's Day celebrations, if you're a couple, they evolve through the years. What used to be the splendid and elegant and
Overdone.
Overdone, yes, you do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's any less meaningful
Exactly.
as you get older. I mean, the last couple of years. We've done elaborate meals at home,
Which is nice.
And we even had couples come over one year dress up.
That's nice.
You had to dress up
That's
and wear
nice.
the tuxedo. So you revive some of that spirit and stuff, and you have a good time.
Yes.
And you eat and drink and talk and stuff. But
Yep.
it's a nice evening.
It is a nice evening.
So it doesn't have to be plain Jane.
No.
And I tell some of my friends, the younger people and stuff, they should be prepared. If they're going to go out to a nice restaurant, they should look at the restaurant's website.
Yes.
Look at the menu.
Right.
Look at the wine list. Don't go there and then feel ambushed and stuff because you're trying to impress someone and there's a $200 bottle of champagne and you want to have some bubbly. So look at it first because they have the splits now. You don't have to spend $200. You can have another sparkling wine.
Do you know that champagne is actually, if you know how to order, is it cheaper than a bottle of wine? Okay. You could get a bottle of champagne for $40, $50.
Exactly.
And split it, have a few glasses each versus a glass of wine, which is probably $15, $20. So, and look at the dress attire. When you go, look at the dress attire. Do you want to show up, or your girl, or you want to say, oh, wow, she dolled up for me, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you walk in the door, she's looking great. You're going to be like, this is the best Valentine Day. Well, Mike, this is Mike.
No, but you look at and you feel it.
And you feel it. You do.
Know? And but I tell my friends, sometimes one in the party might not like sparkling wine, but it's good to have even a taste of bubbly, so you could have the split. And they're usually good restaurants, quality restaurants have not only a French champagne on there, but they have American, USA-made champagne, which is a lot cheaper than the French champagne. Right. Or if you want Prosecco, which is even cheaper, another one is Spanish Cava, which is excellent.
Which it is.
So just to have that little taste of bubbly, the glass on your table, but check the menu, check the restaurant out first, and then you'll be surprised. You'll have a better evening instead of letting the sommelier come over. Have the sommelier give you the big spiel. Now they're there to help you anyway, but you don't want to be embarrassed, like thinking that you're being forced into buying something and overspending on wine. Maybe you might want to, there's, but the best thing for a great evening is look at the menu, plan it out, and have a good time.
I agree. And now, what if you don't have anyone? What if you're single like myself? So what I do...
I can't believe that.
Yeah, so what I do, I will get my nieces and my sister-in-laws and my sisters, and I have a Valentine's Day party at my house, put the fire on, and have all like the cutout hearts, and with my nieces that were underage, that have like the little sparkling non-alcoholic with a splash of cranberry, and I'd have everything set up with the big doilies everywhere, the flowers, and everybody would get a treat. So it's not like you have to like, oh God, here comes Valentine's Day, I don't have a date. You can make the perfect Valentine's Day. Go the events that I used to cover that I loved when I worked with you, boss,
At the Sun.
at the Lowell Sun. I would go and cover little children at our church, Transfiguration. They would make Valentine's Day for veterans. So it's like putting your heart into something. I would go to Girls Inc. and cover an event for girls, underprivileged, and they would have like Valentine's Day roses for them. So you can really put yourself into volunteering too before the Valentine's Day.
Well, I think the wine butler and I might come to your house this year,
Yes, yeah.
Maybe we'll just have to, take the ladies out someplace and.
I had
but then head over to Dacey.
Yeah, like a Michael Bublé playing my funny Valentine. You just have to be creative in yourself and live life to the fullest every day, not just Valentine's Day.
That's fantastic. Now, Mr. Wine Butler, this is what you're here for. Can you get me the little towel so I can open this the proper way?
Oh, wait. You want your towel? Okay,
Yes,
I have a napkin.
and I have that right in my little bag there, that I brought. And this is gruit. Have you ever had gruit?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay.
Yes.
And the interesting thing about
It's
this,
smooth.
very smooth. Most people don't realize that this is made in New Mexico. Okay. And why is that important? Because people don't realize, but it's the Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Oh, there he is.
Wow, perfect. Mike, show your face. You're always here helping us. Come over here. Come over here. Yes.
I mean,
He's laughing.
the winery is
He's not going to have me
located.
back again, I don't think.
Gruit Winery is located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. High elevation site where the vineyards are. It's arid out there, dry. It gets a lot of sunshine, so the grapes develop smoothly and steady. And the other thing is clear, sparkling stream water come down from the mountains. Wow. So this is a very clean champagne. And the Gruit family has a history. They originally owned a winery in France, a small winery. It was a family winery in the 1900s. Then the family set up operations in the Americas and landed in New Mexico. So the family name carries on. But they were one of the first in France to really revolutionize the méthode champenoise style of making champagne, 2 fermentations, 1 in tank and then 1 in bottle, to create that smoothness, that mousse, capture the carbon dioxide and stuff. So this is a treat because Gruit sells for about $15 a bottle. This bottle, wow. This is the entry level Brut, which is dry. But they have a range of champagnes, but nothing more than $40 a bottle.
Right.
And they are consistently voted. Good. Yes. And they're consistently voted one of the top American champagnes, by Wine Spectator, Wine Enthusiast magazine. This one scored 90 points by Wine Spectator. It's non-vintage. So now I'm going to open this. I did this before. We showed you. Okay, so you put a towel over the top. You grab the bottom. You actually roll the bottom. Hold tight on the top. Okay. Roll the bottom. Okay. Nice muffled sound.
Ah, I love that sound.
Okay. It shouldn't be an explosion. You don't want a car tire exploding in the room, okay? Or you don't want that cork going across the room at 120 miles per hour and hitting someone. So look at Dacey's beautiful glasses she brought in with the hearts on it. I'm going to pour for Dacey first. Nice bubbly.
Thank you. This is the best Valentine's Day. Really. I have 3 handsome men. Really? This is great. The diva is in her realm right now.
The diva, yes. So what do you look forward to in a sparkling wine champagne? What do you, any particular, is it a taste, characteristics?
I like it dry. I like a dry Brut. I don't like, I like the bubbles. This has a lot of bubbles. Cheers.
Cheers.
Smooth and I like the clear. The clear orange. Now, did you know that you're supposed to sniff it twice? You don't swirl.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't swirl it around. So you sniff it twice. See? And then they say that the flutes aren't really good because it doesn't
Open it up.
open it up.
Yeah, more aroma and stuff.
I'm going to try this one.
I was very thirsty. I'm sorry I drank before you, but I was very thirsty.
It's strong. It's smooth, but it's got a little bite to it. Don't you think? Little bite?
It's fruity, but a little tangy.
Yeah, it's tangy. Yeah, it's got that little bitter little bite to it. Yeah. God, I like my job here.
Yeah, but it's
This is great.
nice
At
and
9 in the
golden.
morning,
I like the
kicking off the
golden one.
Valentine's Day season.
It's pale gold, a nice
is pale.
color, but there are
I love
a
the
lot of
bubbles.
effervescent, a lot of bubbles. So that's good. But
And you know what's important too? I have to say, when you do go out and you're spending all this money on champagne, make sure there is bubbles in it. I went to a very nice restaurant last week, high end, and I won't say, but they came out. I had my glass of champagne, and I said, "This is flat. Did they just open the bottle?"
gee, yeah.
And they said, "No, let me take it back, Dacey." And sure, and I said, "No, I don't want to give you a hard time, but you know, when people are coming out and paying so much for a glass." And she said it was flat, and it came back. You could tell all the bubbles in the glass. So when you're paying high end, right? And especially like if it's Sunday morning and you're going somewhere for brunch, make sure that there's bubbles because sometimes they use the bottle from the next day and there's no bubbles.
And don't be afraid to tell them.
Here's my favorite. Go ahead, have one.
Don't be
Bob.
afraid to tell them
Mike, pass it around.
that it tastes flat,
Good one.
and let them take it back. You do it in a polite way, but the restaurants will do that. They want to satisfy the customer, and sometimes those champagnes, you know, if they've been left out and not refrigerated right away, you know, they will. You know, they will lose their effervescence and stuff. Okay, over time. So yes, do it politely. They will give you another glass and hopefully open up a brand new
But
bottle.
it wasn't so much. I just didn't want someone else to go in there. And what if they couldn't, like, this was a big day to go out and have a glass of champagne, you know, and give them a good quality champagne. So how is it?
I love your
Do
cooking.
you want to know my secret? I can't tell this. I brought them over for everywhere. Everywhere I
Wait a
bring my
minute.
strawberries dipped in chocolate. Yep. And
This
that's
is the
love.
taste.
I'm going to show you three how to make them after my special, and you're going to make these for your wives.
That is the taste.
Isn't it great? She is.
Whoever said, was it the French that said the chocolate goes with?
I know. You know.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I know. That's what they said. This is like the number one thing, chocolate
Yes,
dipped
chocolate.
in strawberries. Been making them for you.
man.
And I can't find a man, Campy. Isn't that awful? All right, men. And I can't find a man. This is awful. Cheers.
Deserving man.
A deserving man. Yes.
See, Mike, we need you more often here. Aren't they good?
Great. So what is the secret?
No. You know what it is? It's all love. No. You
Is
know
it
what?
Special chocolate.
Yeah. Market Basket has the Dolce chocolate. Go with us. They have it in vanilla. They have it in chocolate. And they have the strawberries. You can get strawberries anywhere. But I feel that people will say like the Nutella. I feel that this mixes. But you got to do it on a silver tray. So you mix it up. It's like, you know, the chocolate sauce. You microwave it. And then you dip it in the chocolate. I wash my strawberries. Dry them for a little bit. And then you have to make sure that they're dry. And then you place them on the plate.
So you melt the chocolate.
You have to melt the chocolate. And
then-
keep on
and then how do
stirring
you
the
dip-
chocolate.
And then you dip.
You dip each individual strawberry
Wow.
after they're washed and dried.
Okay.
That's my secret.
And do you just let them? Do you just let them dry naturally? Do you put them in the
I
refrigerator?
put this in the refrigerator overnight, but typically, if everyone's coming over, I let them dry naturally. You don't have to put them in the refrigerator. So
very
that's it.
good. Yeah.
See,
very
you're
tasty.
all gonna make one for your wives. You're gonna Market Basket, get it now
Yeah.
before Valentine's Day because they'll be all sold out. The strawberries will all be sold out. Trust me, because I used to have to go to 5 different places to get them.
Yeah. No, that's.
Or I can make them for all of you at a small price. So you just
Yeah.
let me know.
No, I
Daisy's
think-
delivery.
You know,
You know what? That would be a good job for me. I can go around with a little truck right before Valentine's Day.
Well,
Actually, we can do a little party here. We're going to have Teddy come in. I'll make the strawberries, the champagne. We do a grand open house. What do you think?
Works.
One of the few, I don't want to call it disappointments in my wife's life is that when she was marrying an Italian man, okay, she
Now, who
thought
would that be now?
she thought he knew how to cook.
Yeah. Yeah.
She thought, because when she told all her friends at the airlines, oh, he's Italian and he comes from a big Italian family, his mother, you should see how she cooks. And they said, first thing they said, oh, he must know how to cook. You'll have you having some great meals and everything. Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't boil an egg, and so
Cute.
all these years I said I can eat pasta, but I was not I never got into the culinary aspect of it because I was spoiled.
Yeah.
Twin brother, my mother catered to us. My
The
oldest
generation,
sister.
right? It's like
Yes.
the Greeks, right, Teddy?
But I did tell her next time we go to Italy, I'm going to take a
Class.
Yes, a class.
Well, that's why you could do that for
class.
Valentine's Day. You
She-
could do that.
And she said that. Jim, I'll go with you to the class. So
Yeah.
maybe that's something that we do, because they do have these excursion trips to Tuscany or the Piedmont,
perfect.
and 3 days you immerse yourself in the cooking and everything. So this
See,
sounds fun.
Boss, you got it right there. You can surprise her. And
I think I can make
I had to
things.
say, I know all of your wives, and they are all beautiful. Teddy's wife, your wife, Mike's wife, I know them all. They're beautiful women, and you need to do
Thank you.
something special, which I know all of you men will. You have good hearts. So, but see, oh my God, that'd be great surprise.
Well, the other thing is, I took a recipe for pork ragu out of a Cambodian magazine, believe it or not. Okay, and I told her I was going.
That's gonna
to
be a lot of work. It seems. That seems.
Well, I told her to
stressful.
buy the ingredients, and I will try doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the best part is I will drink while I cook. And
Right.
that's and maybe drink.
That's the
some,
fun
have
part,
some
yes.
champagne. So, what are some of the? Last time we had you on, you said Corbel's was one of your
No cooks.
cooks.
Cooks is my favorite champagne.
Did you drink anything else that caught your attention over the holidays
Yes, I
that might be good for a Valentine's Day option?
I like the Chandon. I like the mums, the pink champagne, but now you're coming into pink champagne is expensive. So what I do, my recommendation, as the single diva, I go to Market Basket or anywhere. I get my cranberry juice, 5-calorie only,
Yeah.
and I make it's called a poinsettia, but I'll get an inexpensive champagne, and I get a few probably raspberries or blueberries to kind of put a little garnish in there, and a drop of my cranberry juice.
Wow.
And I save myself $100 a bottle, $200, right?
That's great. It's
is.
called the poinsettia.
It's called a poinsettia, but I call it, whatever the holiday is, I call it my divas drink, and everybody loves it. And even if it's, my little nieces that were underage that have the non-alcoholic sparkling with a little, champagne, and it's just, it's nice. It's festive.
Yeah.
But pink champagne is very high end too. There's not really that many cheap bottles out there.
Well, I read a nice champagne recipe. You put the champagne in a glass, a little cranberry juice, and then you get the frozen cranberries.
Yes, and you put them
You
in.
put them in there, so
Yeah.
it keeps it
Yes.
keeps it cool.
Yes, it does.
While it dissolves, and then a sprig of mint at the top.
Oh, I'll do that one.
Yeah,
I like that.
It smells fresh, aromatic, and stuff. So, there's a lot of things you could do with
There's a lot.
champagne.
There is a lot.
So it's a fun drink, and it's made for experimentation.
Right, it is. But I can drink a high end, and gets very powerful, the high end drinks. But a lot of days you just want a glass of champagne, and you can go in the middle or low end.
Now, one of my treats over the holidays, I went to a pre-Christmas party, and I had, for the first time in my life,
I saw that.
Dom Perignon,
Is it nice? That's smooth.
2010 vintage.
Wow.
It was
Nice.
It was nice. It was nutty and fruity at the same time. For the first time, you really got those mineral characteristics. It's just Dom is just the
At
world
the top.
standard.
Yep,
Yeah,
that is.
So it was nice to try that. And a vintage. It was a 2010. So that thing was 12 years old. Nice bottle. Nice bottle. We drank the wine butler and I drank the whole bottle almost. We didn't leave any for the guests. That's why we get the parties early,
Yes, I agree with that one.
because they only had one bottle.
Yep.
We drank it all.
But
it
you
was
knew to
fun.
drink it, didn't you?
Yes, it was fun. We had a lot of time. So what else? What else we thinking about Valentine's Day and
They say that, I wanted to research before our big meeting here, but it's, even if you had a families, like Teddy has families, he has beautiful children. They say do a game day. You know, maybe you can't get a babysitter, but watch a movie. People get together watching movies together as a family, make dinner. You know, so they say do a sunset hike in the, you know, at night or in the morning hike. You know, I just read whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you might like to walk. Bundle up, go to the boulevard. It's so beautiful. Pack a little picnic. There's so many little things that we have to offer. I live on the Carlisle line. You know, there's cross country skiing if it snows, but you can do cross country skiing. There's so many different ideas for Valentine's Day.
So, give me 2 or 3 romantic movies to watch in Champagne and eating these lovely.
Romantic?
Yes.
Let me
yes.
think. Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, yeah.
Pretty Woman would be good.
Meg
And
Ryan?
no, that
No,
was
that's- oh no, that's Julia.
yeah, Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
What else?
Yeah. Richard Gere is my wife's favorite. One of my. After me.
Hallmark will have a ton of Valentine's Day movies. You can watch the Valentine's Day movies. There's quite a few that I've just recently watched that were really romantic, but God, I can't remember.
Anything
to
with
my-
Sophia Loren in it?
Sophia Loren. No, nothing that I know of now. There was a funny one out with
Houseboat.
her. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
Cary
that's
Grant.
cute. Yes.
Houseboat.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the reincarnated one with Goldie Hawn. That was a cute one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Now, my favorite movie, and I put it in every genre category, even though it doesn't.
Yeah.
Scent of a Woman.
Oh yeah, Scent of a Woman was good. I loved that him, Al
Because
Pacino.
anybody who
That
can
was
pick
great.
up a woman's
Yep.
scent from the perfume,
Yeah.
oh, you got to have. Now he would have been a great sommelier or wine expert,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because he could just get within 10 yards of a beautiful woman and just smell and say, "Oh, fleur de lis."
Yeah,
You
I know that was a great movie.
It was a great movie. It was a great movie. I loved it. Al Pacino, he was fantastic.
He was.
Well, Dacey, this has been a real treat.
Oh, thank you,
Now,
boss.
I'm going to tell you about a famous quote,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and give you the answer. George Carlin once said, "What wine goes with Captain Crunch?"
Champagne.
Champagne.
Oh, that was an easy one,
Champagne
boss.
is
Thank
the
you.
answer.
Yeah, you let me down on
Yes.
that one. All right.
So,
Cheers.
any closing thoughts for our audience?
No, I just want to wish everyone blessings on our Valentine's Day. Make it a good one. And doesn't matter, high end, low end, middle of the road, do the best you can. The very best from your heart. And that's all that matters.
Great advice from Daisy Zouzas, and we're going to have you back,
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
But happy
Put
Valentine's,
that-
everybody.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day.
May the champagne be with you.
Cheers.